We're ready for Bear Lake Softball versus Preston District Championship game. Semifinal game, I should say. Sorry we're getting on the air late. You haven't missed anything. This is pitch number 1. It's called strike. Crockett at the plate. Ellie Keller, the pitcher. We had an extra inning game right in front of us. And then we had some technical difficulties. That's why we just got on the air. Marsh Valley came back in 9 innings. There's a blast into center field. It's going to get down for a single. Peyton Crockett with the leadoff single. The line drive into center field. And Marsh Valley won that game in 9 innings by a score of 9-8. Oh, that looks violent. The chalk thing is right. It was left in play. The umpire noticed it and is taking care of it. So
I thought we were in trouble.
Came over and took care of that.
I thought we were in trouble. I thought he was going to say, you can't sit there.
I just thought he was going to make a smart aleck comment. So this brings up Brooklyn Pope. And hitting the number 2 spot, likely bunting. And she's not bunting, and the throw down to second's not in time. I believe it was a called strike, but a stolen base. So Crockett safe at second on the stolen base. And so now, with an 0-1 count, Crockett in scoring position.
Who's popping?
I don't know, one of us, our microphone is popping. Sorry about that. Swing and a miss, that's strike 2. He said Ellie Keller is the pitcher.
Oh, I see. I see the problem.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Oh, they must have called the first one a ball. So it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's my bad. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second, nobody out. Top of the first inning. Swing and a miss, struck her out. 3 swings, 3 misses from Brooklyn Pope. The last time these two teams met, Cambria Romrell, the batter, hit 2 home runs and hit a third one to the fence and was caught at the fence. And she is going to be the batter with the runner at second base. Here's the pitch. Called strike. 0-1 is the count. So after the leadoff single, the Bears are trying to score one early. You swing and a miss, 0-2, just like that. And that strikeout a minute ago was Yusei Phillips 66 strikeout. Yusei Phillips 66, live to the full, where your convenience is our pleasure. That ball's in the dirt, ball 1. Nice stop back there behind the plate by Cochran. Not Cochran, Campbell. And a swing and a miss, struck her out. Second, Yusei Phillips 666 strikeout. So Bears in jeopardy of stranding the leadoff batter who got on a single on the second pitch of the game at second base. Abby Humphreys will be the batter. Humphreys, the cleanup hitter, the junior, takes that one high for ball 1. So here's the 1-0 pitch. Called to strike right at the knees. 0-1. I mean 1-1, sorry. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That was low for ball 2.
I like this. I like where we're at.
You like our view?
Yeah. Our view is a little different from you guys listening at home, watching at home.
You guys are pretty much right behind the plate.
We're to the side of it.
And there is a blast down the left field line.
It's
That's going to
fair.
fall for a base hit. Crockett should score easily. She will. And Humphreys trots into second with a double. Right down the left field line. And the left fielder is playing more in the left center field gap. And so that's an RBI double. Crockett scores the first run of the game. And that brings senior Lindsay Fisher to the plate. Here's the pitch, and it's a ground ball to the first baseman. She will field it cleanly, step on her back. That'll end the inning. But the Bears get one and lead it by a score of 1-0. We'll be back with the bottom of the first right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers and they leave and they're happy, they get their house. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
We're ready for the bottom of the first inning. The Bears score one, leadoff single, stolen base, and a RBI double. Crockett scored the run. She was batted in by Humphreys, so the Bears lead it by a score of 1-0. After half of an inning, Lindsay Fisher, the senior, will be the pitcher. Matson, the shortstop, will be batter number one. Cambria Romrell will be the catcher. As we get set for the bottom of the first inning. These two teams split the regular season 7-6 here in Preston, 14-11 in Bear Lake. That was 1 week ago today. Winner of this game is headed to the state tournament no matter what happens from here on out. The loser will turn around and play Marsh Valley tomorrow. Marsh Valley won that loser out game earlier and thus earned a right to play one more time at least. They'll play tomorrow at 4 o'clock. If Preston wins, that game will be in Bear Lake. If Bear Lake wins, that game will be right here in Preston. So that's what's going on. And again, we're sorry that we took so long to get on the air, but like I said, once we got set up, we had to wait for the other game to end, move our equipment in, get everything turned on, and then there was a computer problem that Star Valley had to fix for us.
And we thank them for...
Thank you for them for saving us, but you didn't miss a single pitch.
Nope.
So Madsen, the shortstop, will be the batter. She hits from the left side, and here we go. Pitch number one from Lindsay Fisher. Called strike. Nice pitch. And the microphones don't like us today, so sorry about the fuzzing. That one I think was me. I bumped it a little bit, and usually it doesn't make that kind of noise, but today it's going to. So here's the 0-1 pitch to Madsen.
Yes, that was
it's
a good
ground
pitch.
ball, foul. Foul ball. 0-2. So Fisher up in the count. 2 USAV Phillips 66 strikeouts in at the top of the first inning by Ellie Keller, who will be up third as the batter. She was the pitcher. And Fisher up 0-2 right here, looking to get her first USAV Phillips 66 strikeout. Live to the full, where your convenience is our pleasure.
High.
Just high. Ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. First batter of the game for the Preston Indians here in the bottom of the first inning in a 1-0 ball game. Bears leading on your Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare, you can count on them to care. Visit them at blmhospital.com. That one's fouled off, out of play. We'll do the 1 ball, 2 strike count over again. Avery Madsen and Lindsay Fisher squaring off here in the bottom of the first. Trip to the state tournament on the line. And
great stop by Bentley Price. And they got it.
Oh, Fisher safe.
That was an awesome stop by Bentley Price. Wow.
It's an infield single because Price did everything she could to get her out. That's just a good.
That was a beautiful stop.
Yeah, nice backhand stop, but by the time she stopped, her momentum got the throw there. It was bang, bang play. She was ruled safe, and so Tess Jones on with the leadoff single. Crockett got a leadoff single for the Bears. Matson on with the leadoff single for the Indians, and now Tess Jones will hit in the number 2 spot. She is the third baseman. Here's the pitch. High, ball 1. Runner's not going anywhere. So we'll do the 1-0 pitch with the runner at first, nobody out. Bears lead it by a score of 1-0. But the leadoff batter aboard after that infield single by Matson. And that's a high fly ball. Looks like it's going to be caught in left field. It is. And the runner was halfway to second, so she's unable to tag up. Ellie Romrell catches that one. Out in deep left field. And now Ellie Keller, the Preston pitcher, will be the batter with a 1 out and a runner at first. She also hits from the left side, like Madsen. Here's the first pitch, outside, ball 1. And so far, the runner at first is staying put. Let's see if they try anything here after a 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, runner at first. Bears lead at 1-0. Called strike.
Nice pitch.
Inside corner, right at just above the knees for the called strike.
Gary Carlson, our behind the plate ump today. He's very consistent on the corners.
Jeff Wilson Jr., the field ump. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's a deep fly ball. And Michael is underneath it for out number 2. Nice play by Maddie Michael. She had a long way to run. And she gets the out. In right center field. 2 outs now. Biggs, who had the game-winning hit here. There was runners at second and third and 2 outs. She hit a double that scored both runs, and they won it 7-6. But she's up there now with 2 outs after 2 deep fly outs. A ground an infield single, 2 deep fly outs, and here we go. 2 outs, runner at first. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball, foul. Strike 1. Down the third baseline. So 0-1. Fisher done a good job of working ahead in the count so far in the game. She just did start out one batter with the ball, but got a strike on the very next pitch. That's what you ask for from your pitcher, to work ahead in the count, and she's up 0-1 with 2 out on the center fielder, Biggs. So Fisher ready for the 0-1 pitch with the runner down at first. And finally, the runner does go. And the ball gets away, and it's going to go into center field, and she will make it to third base as the throw was offline. So it was a called ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And she stole second and then reached third on the errant throw.
Nice pitch.
Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. I had the pitch count wrong. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner is at third. So a safe hit here scores a run. After the stolen base and the error, here's the 1-2 pitch. Oh, just missed on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You could hear the moan of the Bear Lake crowd. They thought they had the Phillips 66 strikeout right there to end the inning. But we'll do it 2-2. Fisher still has a pitch to work with here. It looks like it's basically the same pitch again. It's going to be fouled off, out of play, back over the roof of the building. We'll do 2-2 again. So Fisher still with 1 extra pitch here in the count. Biggs the batter, Fisher the pitcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at third. Here's the pitch. Missed inside, 3-2. Now, if you're Preston, if she gets a base hit, you're happy. If she happens to get out right here, you're frustrated because she could have taken that one on the thigh and been at first base. But we'll see what happens. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Knocker walk situation for Biggs. And it's going to be a ground ball out at first. Crockett with a nice play. And after 1 complete inning, the Bear Lake Bears lead the Preston Indians by a score of 1-0. We'll be back with the top of the 2nd inning. Brielle Romrell at the plate right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Go here, go there, go anywhere with Phillips 66.
Live to the full with You Save Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Discover your future with Simplot, where a multitude of career opportunities await. Whether you're interested in mining, agriculture, engineering, technology, manufacturing, management, or a number of additional options, Simplot offers not just a job, but a truly satisfying and rewarding career. Explore our diverse range of positions and find where you belong. Visit Simplot.com to view available positions locally and across the United States. That's Simplot.com, a world of career opportunities.
Bear Lake Bears, after 1 complete inning, lead on the Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard by a score 1-0 over the Preston Indians. Bears got the leadoff runner aboard. RBI double by Humphreys. Scored the go-ahead run. Indians got their first runner aboard, but she could not advance. A couple fly outs and a ground out, and the Bears lead at 1-0. Ellie Romrell, left fielder, who made a nice catch in that first inning, will be the leadoff batter. She had a home run last time these two teams faced. And she hits a high pop fly over towards the first base dugout, and it is caught for out number 1 by the first baseman, Dunn. Didn't have a whole lot of room to catch that, but she got there, got just enough space for out number 1. Maddie Michael, the right fielder, who also had a nice catch, is now the batter for the Bear Lake Bears. So Michael steps in the box with nobody on and 1 out here in the top of the 2nd inning. 1-0, Bears lead it over the Preston Indians. And this is the semifinal game. High for ball 1. 2 teams go to the state championship game from our district, so the winner of this game is guaranteed a state championship berth next week in Boise. Loser still has a chance. They'll just have to beat Marsh Valley tomorrow. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Foul ball. Michael just underneath that, had it timed up, but was underneath it for strike 1 on the foul. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Top of 2. Bears and Indians. A little bit of a wind blowing towards left field. Michael's going to hit it that way, and it's going to go foul. The wind might have put that one foul.
Yeah, I think so.
Off the bat, it was fair.
He was going to be close, but
it landed about 4 feet in foul territory for strike 2, 0-1. I mean, one ball, 2 strikes.
It's actually great placement if you can get it to drop fair.
First baseman, that's where that double went for the RBI double, was right that same spot. First baseman, junior Callie Beard in the on-deck circle. And that's ball 2. Nice eye there from Michael. 2-2. And then if anybody gets on board, it'll be Bentley Price, the second baseman, who made that nice backhanded stop but could not make the throw in time. That was just a great hustle play by Madsen to beat that one out for the infield single. Swing and a miss. And there is another USAVE Phillips 66 strikeout, 1 in each, 2 in the first inning, and now 1 here in the second for Ellie Keller. And Callie Beard, who's a great contact hitter, stepping into the box for the Bear Lake Bears. Beard, the junior first baseman, stepping into the box. Here's the first pitch, and she's going to ground that one towards second. Up with it over to first in time for out number 3 is Jones. And the Bears go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the second. We'll be back, top of the second, sorry. We'll be back with the bottom of the second right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
Bear Lake Bears lead the Preston Indians 1-0, headed into the bottom of the second inning. Indians sending to the plate Dunn, Campbell, and Jones. Their first baseman who made a catch on the pop fly, their catcher, and their second baseman who made that final out, assisted on that final out with a nice play on the ground ball, will be the batters. Lindsey Fisher, who gave up a leadoff infield single, but no other base hits in that first inning. A couple of fly balls and a ground out to shortstop is all she gave up after that. And this brings up Chloe Dunn, number 5 hitter in the order for Preston here in the bottom of the second inning. Pop fly back straight over our heads and out of play.
Ooh. That makes me nervous.
Yeah, we're in a spot where it'd be unlikely to happen, but if you hear a loud crunch when we go off the air, you know what happened. I'm more worried about our equipment than us because I think we can move. I'm not sure we can drag all of your equipment out of the way. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball. Humphreys up with it, over to first, in time for the out. Humphreys played that one well, made the good throw, and now Paisley Campbell, the catcher, will be the batter. With one out, nobody on. Bottom of the second inning, Bears lead it 1-0. And every once in a while, that wind picks up just a little. And that's a pop fly to the shortstop for out number 2. Just a nice little lazy, not even that very high, pop fly. And 2 outs already. Second baseman Mesa Jones coming to the plate. She's 1 out of 5 in the at-bats I have her for on the season against the Bear Lake Bears. She takes inside for ball 1. Designated hitter Haslam in the on-deck circle if Jones can reach base safely. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Changeup just misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 out. Nobody on base. The number 7 hitter in the lineup, Jones, the batter. Fisher with the pitch, and she's going to get a foul ball out of that one. Might have been low.
Yeah, it looked low.
Might have been ball 3, but Jones liked it. She fouls it down the third baseline, and is strike 1. 2 balls and a strike now. As Romerell hustles over there, grabs the ball, and we're ready for the 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Just missed high. 3-1 is the count to Jones. I think that's one Fisher was looking for strike 2 on. Doesn't get the call, so it's a 3-1 count. And that's going to be fair. It's going to be a double for Jones. Just stayed fair. Romerell over there to get it on the line. And that brings Haslam to the plate after the 2-out double. Haslam's 1 out of 3 in the 3 at-bats I have her for on the season against the Bear Lake Bears. I can just see their spray charts. I can't see how they actually, like where they hit them, who it was against, which game it was in. But she's 1 out of 3. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Runner with the big lead, but retreats. Strike 1, 0-1, Sasha Haslam. The DH, she's hitting for Hatch, the right fielder. Hitting in the 8th spot in the order. Settling into the box, here's the 0-1 pitch from Fisher. And it's going to be a ground ball. Humphreys up with it over to first base in time for out number 3. So the double doesn't do any good, and the Bears get out of the inning on a ground ball to the third baseman. Bentley Price, the number 9 hitter for the Bears, will lead off right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, safety is our top priority, not just for our employees, but for their families too. Our commitment extends beyond the workplace as we proudly support and contribute to the local community in meaningful ways. We're more than just a mine. We're a pillar of strength for those who live here. Discover how we make a difference at Simplot.com. Join us in fostering a safer, stronger community. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine.
My name is Benjamin Bozen. I am a family medicine physician. I really enjoy providing care to the whole family, from newborns to elderly care. I like athletes and sports medicine, and then I also do osteopathic manipulative therapy, which is a hands-on treatment. My ultimate goal is to be your advocate and to help you have the best life that you can have, to help you achieve your goals.
Price, Crockett, and Pope due up in the top of the third. Bears lead at 1-0. They got one in the first, went in order in the second. They've stranded 1. The Indians have stranded 2 and have not scored, and it's 1-0 on the Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare. You can count on them to care. Visit them at blmhospital.com. Called strike. Right down the middle, top of the zone on senior second baseman Bentley Price. She's been a defensive gem this year. She has played the second base so well. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and she's going to pop that one up. It's going to go foul, but it's 0-2. And Keller, who had 2 strikeouts in the second, 2 strikeouts in the first, 1 in the second, looking for a strikeout as the leadoff hitter here, is down 0-2. That would be a U-Save Phillips 66 strikeout. U-Save, live to the full, where your convenience is our pleasure. Beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in downtown Preston, 0-1. Inside, ball 1. 1-0 is your score, I should say. Bears in the lead. And that just missed inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crockett, who blasted a line drive in center field for a leadoff single, is in the on-deck circle. Price strikes out, swing and a miss on the high fastball. So Peyton Crockett, the senior shortstop, who's made a couple plays in this game already, caught the little pop fly, threw a ground ball to first base for an out, and has a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. So not a bad day already for just 2 innings of work. Here's the first pitch. Too low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody on, nobody out. Nobody on, 1 out here in the top of the third. Keller takes her time in the circle. She's very active out there in the circle, walks around a lot, waiting for the pitch call. And
great hit.
Crockett's 2 for 2. Another single, this time to left center. Another line drive, another single. And Brooklyn Pope.
BP.
Stepping in the box. We'll see what Coach Pope calls. If I was the coach in this situation, Pope would be bunting. But we'll see. He just had
bunter.
Straight out steal. She is a great bunter. And straight out steal is what he had last time for Crockett. Yeah. Here's the pitch. She is bunting, and it's a great bunt. It's fair. Bunt. Throw to first is going to be in time. Crockett is safe at second.
Beautiful bunt. Did what she needed to.
And now, runner in scoring position. And now brings up Cambria Romrell, who struck out in the first inning but had 2 home runs against Keller in Bear Lake last week. Steps in the box with a runner down at second base in scoring position. 2 outs this time around, not just the 1.
Yep.
Called strike. I'm not sure what Romrell was thinking on that one. I would have been swinging, but she's a lot better hitter than I ever was, and so I'm not going to criticize. She's got 2 more strikes. 0-1 is your count with runner at second in the form of Crockett, who scored the only run of the game so far. That's fouled out of play, and now it's 0-2.
The important thing is she's made connection.
She timed her up a little bit better on that one, just underneath it, and it fouled it straight back out of play.
Yep.
So 0-2 is the count. Fouled it off. That was a battle right there. That was low and a little bit outside. It was probably a strike.
I think it would have been.
And Romrell did what she needed to. She fouled it back to the screen. And she has another pitch to work with. 0-2 is the count still. With 2 out in the top of the third.
Oh, I think that was a little low.
That one was a little low. That one might have been ball 1, but she fouled it off nonetheless. Doesn't matter. Doesn't count as a strikeout if you keep hitting the ball. 0-2, 2 outs. Cambria Romrell, the senior catcher, hitting in the 3 spot. Abby Humphreys, who has the RBI double in the on-deck circle if Romrell reaches base safely. Inside. And she takes inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If you're Preston, you like that miss. That's a good spot because it's close enough. You might get lucky and get a called strike, but there's nothing Romrell could have done with it. Outside.
Called it outside.
Ball 2. The Preston faithful really wanted that one to be strike 3. So now Romrell sitting there at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, runner at second.
I kind of think he thought about it. Then
It is close enough. It was close enough. He did think about it. Romrell's going to hit that one as a high pop fly. And at the last second, Madsen does get it. There was a miscommunication there for a second, but she does get the pop fly out. That ends the inning. And the Bears leave a runner at second. It'll be the Indians' chance in the bottom of the third right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Trevor Jacobson. I'm a family practice provider here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. After graduating high school at Bear Lake High School, I went to BYU, Idaho to play baseball. After a year, went on a LDS mission to Chile. Ended up going to medical school at the University of Utah. Did family practice in Salt Lake City. Worked in Hawaii for a time, and then back here when this job opened up. Being able to practice back here has always been a dream. I've been working here at the hospital for almost 10 years. What I like about family practice is you get to see a little bit of everything. And in a rural setting, you get to do a lot of things that you don't normally get to do. My passion's spending time with my family, particularly outdoors. A lot of whitewater rafting in the summer, snow skiing in the winter. What makes me feel good at the end of the day is just connecting with my patients. We look forward to seeing you and taking care of you.
We're headed to the bottom of the third inning. Pitchers duel so far. It's 1-0 Bear Lake. They got their run in the top of the first. Bears have stranded 1. The Indians have stranded 2. And Bears lead at 1-0. Lindsay Fisher facing Samantha Owens, the left fielder. Bottom of the lineup, the number 9 spot in the order. Then back to the top with Madsen, who's 1 for 1, had that infield single. Jones and Keller, who both popped out. Well, had fly ball outs. Flew out?
Fly out.
Had the fly outs. Here's the pitch to start the bottom of the second, the bottom of the third. Ground ball to shortstop over to first in time for the out.
Peyton Crockett, just so casual, just slowly bends down, grabs that ball. I love it, though, because when you rush is when you make errors. So
Madsen hit it between the second base and the second baseman, Price, who made a nice backhand stop on it but couldn't get it to first in time, had the infield single in her first at bat. She steps in here with one out in the bottom of the third. Foul tip, strike one. It was high. She ducked underneath it, but her bat, it hit off of her bat.
I was going to say, I didn't realize that that it hit the bat, and I thought, wow, that was way off.
That's when you're unlucky as a batter.
I was confused.
Foul tip at accidental. She was ducking out of the way and got her bat in the way accidentally. She squares to bunt to Fisher to first. In time, she's out. Out at first. Tried to pull off the surprise bunt. Fisher fielded it well. Threw over to Beard in time and 2 outs. And Tess Jones, the third baseman who had a fly ball to deep left field in her first at bat, 4 and out, steps in there with nobody on and 2 out in this situation. And she's going to fly to right field.
Maddie Michael on the move.
And out number 3. And the fly ball out. And that was a quick inning.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Go the Preston Indians. The Bears coming up in the top of the 4th with a 1-0 lead right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
I'm John Pym, Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine, DO. Interacting with wonderful people every day, being able to maybe make a small impact in their lives for good. I don't think that life gets any better than that. I am really excited to be here practicing in Bear Lake and be a good source for you and your family to take care of your healthcare needs.
Bear Lake High School sports on SVI are presented by Gary H. Tusher, CPA, bookkeeping, tax returns, and payroll. Mountain Valley Dental, creating healthy smiles for Bear Lake Valley and beyond. Lenhart Distributing, proud to support the Bears. Flying S Title and Escrow, whatever it takes. Southeast Idaho Steel, locally produced steel signs and fixtures. And Sampson's Island Grill at 253 South 4th Street in Montpelier.
Keller, the pitcher, it will be Abby Humphreys who has the lone RBI and only one of only 3 base hits the Bears have got in this game. She had the RBI double that scored Peyton Crockett, who was down at second because of a leadoff single and a stolen base. Crockett is 2 for 2. Humphreys is 1 for 1. All the other Bears are 0 for the game. Nobody else has reached base safely. We do have a sacrifice bunt by Pope, was the only other positive so far in the game at the plate for the Bears. Called strike, nice pitch. I liked it. For third baseman, junior Abby Humphreys stepping in the box. Ellie Keller, the pitcher, in her 3rd inning of work. She will be the leadoff hitter when the Indians come to the plate.
Oh, that hit her right in the elbow.
Oh, it hit the bat.
Oh, did it?
Hit the knob of the bat. It's strike 2.
Oh, I thought it hit her.
And the way she reacted, and immediately Gary Carlson, the umpire, called it. Immediately a foul ball. So 0-2. So both teams had a little bit bad luck on that same thing. Here's the 0-2 pitch now. And it's going to be a ground ball back to Keller out of first. And this brings up Lindsay Fisher. She has pitched well on the game. She grounded out to first to end the first in her lone plate appearance. Just had the lazy ground ball down the first baseline. But his pitch to Jem is only allowed.
Oh, wow, what a hit. That's deep. It's gone.
No,
oh, it's
off the top of the fence. Off the very top of the fence.
Wow, they're going to keep her to a single on that as well. That's a great hustle play.
And that was
what a hit. Wow.
6 inches or less. Or less from a home run. In Bear Lake, that's an easy home run.
Yeah, yeah.
That's way over the fence. But this is a much, much deeper fence here. In fact, where their outfield is playing
is about where our fence is.
It's about where our fence is, and they've got lots of space. So what could have, should have been a home run is just a deep single. Romrell, who popped out, I believe. in her first at-bat. She did. She popped out in foul territory. Is 0 for 1. And she hits a deep, actually it's higher
shallow.
than deeper.
Yep.
It turned out shallow. Off the bat, it looked good.
Yep.
Fisher has to retreat to first, and that's actually not Fisher. It's a courtesy runner, so out number 2. Turned out to be just a shallow foul ball off the bat. It looked like it was going to be deep to left field. The wind, I think, knocked it down just a little bit. And there are 2 outs. Ball 1.
Ruby Lytle, I believe, is the runner.
Yes, she is. The freshman, Maddie Michael, who's 0 for 1 of the game. She struck out. She's going to ground this one down to third. Let's see if they go to second.
She's
they do.
Safe.
She's safe. They call her safe.
Yep.
They go to second instead of going to first, and it's a fielder's choice. And if Lytle slides on that, that play's not even close.
Coach Pope was just telling her the same thing. I want you down. He's saying slide on that. Ugh.
So now Callie Beard.
We hear rumors she might not be feeling very good today.
She grounded out the second.
We're hoping she's feeling better.
She's squaring to bunt and then swung. That was to try to draw the infield in a little bit. The swing is a foul ball. And she's definitely got a bat that can put one in play here.
Yep.
And a lot of speed down at second in freshman Ruby Lytle. That one's fouled back out of play. Heads up back there. And it's 0-2. Keller up 0-2 here in the top of the 4th. With runners at first and second, but 2 outs. Foul ball. Beard a little bit behind that, but was able to foul it off. That was a good defensive swing. You just get the bat on it, foul tip it, get another swing here. See if Beard can keep the inning alive. If she does, Bentley Price would be the batter. Beard hits the ground ball to the shortstop. She's going to go to first just in time. The nice stretch by the first baseman done. And that's going to end the inning. The ground out to the shortstop. The Bears get a couple of base runners, but leave them stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th in a 1-0 ball game. We'll be back with that right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, it's not only about mining phosphate for production of crop nutrients that support western U.S. farmers and ranchers. It's about supporting our employees, neighbors, and local communities and their families. From providing quality competitive jobs to being an active partner in our local communities. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine. Passion for people and supporting local families by bringing Earth's resources to life.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. They assist in the skilled nursing facility, the manor, the home health, along with helping out with both preoperative and postoperative. Make sure that you have the best outcome with your surgery and your way of life going forward.
This has been a fun game so far. 1-0, Bears lead it after 3.5 innings. Preston coming up in the bottom of the 4th with the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. Keller, who's 0 for 1. She's the pitcher today. She hit a fly ball to right center field in her first at-bat that Maddie Michael reeled in for an out. It was out number 2 of the first inning. Here's the first pitch, and she's going to hit that one foul ball over into the field behind us for strike 1. She's a lefty, and she was way out in front of that pitch. And 0 balls, 1 strike. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th inning in a 1-0 ball game. Your Burdick Bears leading the Preston Indians on the Burdick Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. Burdick Memorial Healthcare, counting us to care. Visit them at blmhospital.com. That one's inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The battle of the pitchers. Fisher took Keller to the fence and right off the top of the fence in the top of the fourth for a single. And Fisher hits her for
a little bit of frustration there, I think.
Hit by a pitch. So the leadoff batter is aboard for the Preston Indians for the second time in the game. Last time that happened, they stranded her. She got around to third eventually, but she was stranded there. Biggs grounded out to end the first inning. The center fielder is the batter, Keller, at first. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a line drive.
It's a good hit.
Single, and Keller's going to go for third, and she's going to be in there. And on the throw,
I think that hit the tip of Humphrey's finger.
On the throw, Biggs advances to second.
Shoot. I hope she doesn't have a broken finger.
I think the ball bounced into Humphrey's hand.
It did.
She's got a jammed pinky, it looks like. And there's a timeout while she's looking at her finger. They got a, they do have a trainer here that's going to go out and look at her. Humphreys has an RBI in this game. So hopefully she's going to be able to stay out there.
Her dad's slowly starting to make his way over there. Like, oh, maybe it is legit. We'll go see.
But meanwhile, if you're Preston, you like the situation. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Dunn is going to be the batter when we get back to live action. She grounded out to third base in her one at bat in this game, so she's 0 for 1. But she has a chance to change the complexion of this game right now with a base hit, because so far Preston has stranded a couple runners. The only run that scored was the Bear Lake Bears back in the first inning. So Humphreys out there playing catch, saying, I can do it.
Who's the football player that said, just cut it off and send me back out there?
That was Ronnie Lott.
I could see Abby doing the same thing. Just cut it off. Let's go.
So they had her test it. She threw it.
She can throw.
She threw it just fine to Crockett.
She's probably hurting, and knowing her, it probably is broken. But she's going to play if she can.
She's going to play through that. So
tough girl.
Hopefully it's just jammed, and she'll be able to play through it just fine. They are going to tape it up a little bit for her, give it a little bit extra support. And then a baseball comes into play from the baseball field. They're practicing over there. If I understood correctly, they're headed to the regionals.
Good for them.
The Bears' baseball season ended in a pretty positive fashion. They got 2 wins in the district tournament. Beat the 2 teams they beat. They had not beaten all year, including the number 3 team in the state, Marsh Valley, who's hosting a regional tournament this Thursday, Friday, Saturday in Marsh Valley against Filer for a chance to go to state. And so Bears had a good district tournament. They got her fingers taped up. We're ready to go. So now the batter is done. She's 0 for 1 with the ground ball out. And she's got a chance here with runners at second and third after hit by a pitch and a single that she reached second on the throw. As they threw it. Here's the ground ball. They're going to score a run. And it's going to be safe at first as Beard dropped the throw. So Beard stretched for it. Keller was going to score anyway, but Dunn should have been out at first. Beard doesn't quite bring it in, and so still nobody out with runners at first and third now in a tie game with the catcher Campbell. The batter, she popped out to shortstop in her first at bat. She's going to pop out. She's going to pop it to right center field, and it's going to drop off the glove of Pope. A run will score, and we're going to have first and third and second and third with nobody out. Another error. That wasn't going to be an easy play, but it was a play that coulda, shoulda. Off the glove of Pope.
Courtesy runner coming into second base, number 6.
And now all of a sudden, instead of 2 outs and 1-1 game, it's 2-0 with nobody out. 2-1, sorry, with nobody out. Runner at third. Runner at second as well. Foul ball, strike 1. So the Bears have some work to do to get out of this inning and keep this game close. And Keller pitching well. You can't get too far down with the way she's pitched so far in this game. And that's a foul ball, strike 2. So Fisher is up 0-2, and a couple of errors have been costly, very costly, because the runner would have had to maybe been at third on the tag up, but there would have been 2 outs and runner at second and third and there's another foul ball. So it'd be 1-1, runners at second and third, but 2 out. Instead, it's 2-1, runners at second and third, and nobody out. These 2 runners both should have been put out so far in this inning. I missed ball 1, just low. I like that pitch, though, from Fisher right there. Low and away. If you get her to swing at it, it's probably a ground out or a foul ball at the worst. And that's another foul ball. She's out in front, fouling it down the left field line past third base. So it remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runners at second and third. A base hit here probably scores 2 and breaks this game wide open. Bears need an out in the worst way in this situation. So here is the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Jones. And it hits her. It was a changeup, and it hit the ground first and rolled into her foot, but it still counts. Haslam, the batter, hitting in the 8th spot. She grounded out in her 1 at bat. But now she steps in there with the bases loaded. I guess the positive is now you got to force out at every base if you're the Bears. A ground ball, and she's going to go to first instead of home, and barely gets the out. Should have been an out at home. She chose to throw to first, and a run scores. And no more force at home plate anymore. 3rd error of the inning on the Bear Lake Bears. This brings up Owens, who started this inning. She's going to lay down the bunt, and now Bears will have to go to first, out at first, but another run scores. That's why that play last time was so big. Two runs scored now because of that choice to go to first base on that previous one. And this brings up Madsen with still a runner in scoring position. Major errors in this inning. Called strike, strike 1. Madsen, who started the hitting off in this inning, she's 1 for 2. Actually, she bunted and was out, so that was last inning she came up. Here she is, her first at bat in here in the 4th. Missed outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Safe hit here. Scores another run. Bears should have been out of the inning with a 1-1, maybe 2-1 at the worst, and instead they're down 4-1 with a possibility of more. And that's going to be a pop fly. Romrell makes the catch in left field to end the inning. But the errors, 2 physical errors and then 1 bad decision by the Bears. And the Preston Indians lead it 4-1. We'll be back with the Bears top of the 5th inning right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Nice job, Martin. Looking good. Oh, it's the funny car guy.
Hey, you got Napa know-how too, huh?
Yep. Well, Martin does go 200 miles an hour.
Ron breaks 300 in 4 seconds.
Yeah, in a straight line. That's real hard.
You drive in a circle.
You don't even steer.
Look at me.
Hey, you
I
two.
turn left.
Don't make me go get my can.
Your can's old. Quiet! Matlock's on!
That's Daryl's can.
Boogity, boogity!
So now the Bears in a hole for the first time in this game. They led it 1-0 for the first 3 innings. In the fourth, they gave up 4 and now trail at 4-1. They've got 3 innings to fight their way back. They started to hit the ball well last inning. Let's see if they can put some runs up this inning, starting off with senior second baseman Bentley Price versus Keller.
Good hit.
And that's going to be an out.
Yep.
To left center field, right center field. That was a good defensive play by Biggs. Looked like it was going to drop maybe for a single. She found her way underneath it for out number 1. Peyton Crockett, who's 2 for 2 on the day, the shortstop, the senior shortstop, has 2 singles and has scored the 1 run for the Bear Lake Bears. She had a line drive to right center, a line drive to left center in her 2 at-bats. Here she is for at-bat number 3 in the 5th, and the Bears in desperate need of base runners. And she's going to hit this one, and it's going to be out number 2.
Same spot.
Right at Biggs. In fact, almost the exact same spot, just a little bit easier because that one was a little bit higher. So Biggs didn't have to make quite as good of a play on it, but still 2 up, 2 down, 2 pitches, 2 outs. And B. Brooklyn Pope, who is 0 for 1. She has a strikeout and a sacrifice bunt in this game, stands in there with 2 out. Keller, the pitcher looking to retire the Bears here in the 5th inning. Called strike, right down the middle, belt high. Strike 1. The Bears hit her really well in Bear Lake because they were swinging at those first pitches. Today, the Bears have been watching those first pitches and have been getting Keller ahead in the count because she's got a lot of first pitch called strikes. That one's inside for ball 1. And then when they've been swinging at the first strike, they put the ball in play as per the first 2 pitches of this inning were both hit well. Just good defensive plays by Biggs. When they haven't swung at the first pitch, it's caused them problems. Foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled that one right off the plate. So Keller, the pitcher, Pope, the batter, 4-1 on the Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard. Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare, count on us to care of. Visit them at blmhospital.com. Preston Indians lead to Bear Lake Bears here in the top of the 5th inning. And that's going to be inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Bears have committed some errors and had some bad luck. The one should have been hit by a pitch that hit the tip of the bat instead of her hand. And that one's going to hit her in the thigh.
Hit her in the butt.
For a hit by pitch. And Cambria Romrell will be the batter. She struck out and popped out in her 2 at-bats. And now she's got Brooklyn Pope at first base. This would be a good time for Cambria to get a hold of one.
Yep.
Start a 2-out rally here in this 5th inning. The Bears are swinging the bat well in this inning. 2 deep fly balls. And runner was going, but it's a foul ball back off the screen for strike 1. Romrell was just underneath it. If she lets that one go, it's ball 1, but possibly the runner's thrown out at second. So we'll just do it again. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out, runner at second. And that's going to be a deep fly ball.
Go, go, go. It's
right to
short.
Right
Dang
to
it.
She's backed up a couple steps. She recorded all 3 outs in the inning. Bears leave a runner after a hit by a pitch. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Bears trail at 4-1 on the SVI Sports Network.
Our PT department is comprised of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We also have pelvic floor that we do. We have very competent and successful providers that provide the best care possible. Physical therapy helps in multiple settings. As a hospital, we're really proud of what we are able to provide. It's an all-encompassing department that is very, very much needed.
We take all the decisions and explain them and make it easier for everybody to understand.
We bring a uniqueness to it, and we try to make sure everything is positive and happy and people have a good experience.
People come in and sign the papers and they leave and they're happy, they get the cows. I like that.
When we hand you that deed to your home, there's not going to be anything that's going to come up later that's going to hurt.
Bear Lake Bears trail 4-1, headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. Fisher still in the circle for the Bears. Due up, Tess Jones, followed by Ellie Keller and Biggs, who recorded all 3 outs that inning. Three high fly balls, 3 outs. The third one, she took 2 steps back. The other, she had to come up on just a little, but she was in the perfect position over there in a little bit shaded towards right center field. And she will be the 3rd hitter of the inning.
We have a defensive substitution out on first base.
McKinley Humphreys. We mentioned prior to the game that Callie Beard is not feeling well. She was reportedly, we were told she wasn't feeling well pregame. And so McKinley Humphreys coming in for her. Hopefully she's okay. On another note, Abby Humphreys, who jammed her finger that last inning out there at 3rd and high-fiving her teammate and having fun with the hand that's hurt. So I'm thinking she's okay. Tess Jones, who's 0 for 2 in the game. She is the 3rd baseman, and she has flied out twice, once to right, once to left. Will be the leadoff batter here in the 5th. The Indians looking for some insurance runs. The Bears would like a quick inning called strike on the first pitch. Bears need a quick inning here so they can have a chance to come to the plate and get back into this game, trailing at 4-1 in what's been a pitcher's duel so far. The errors. Called strike, same pitch, same call. Both of them at the top of the zone, right at the numbers.
Is that a little bit of a rise ball?
It is, and she's trying to duck the pitches, and that's what he just signaled to the coach, is that she's squatting. That's why they look high. Outside, 4-1. At least that's what I think he was signaling to the coach. She looked at him like, well, how's that a strike? And he motioned, well, she's squatting down as the pitch comes in. So here's the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch, and it's a foul ball. She was out in front of it.
Thank goodness she'd been running for days.
Yeah, it was way foul and ends up in.
You know, it kind of makes me nervous with that tractor out there.
It's behind the fence. It's out of play.
Yeah.
So if a ball were to go that direction, unless the left fielder does a zigzag around the fence, it shouldn't be an issue. Here's the 1 ball, but it is deceiving because where it's sitting. Here's the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. It's a pop fly. Should be easy for Bentley Price, the second baseman, and it is. So the can of corn is out, number 1.
She stays consistent in her defensive play out there at second.
Ellie Keller, who's 0 for 1 in the game, she flied out and was hit by a pitch, came in to score one of the 4 runs. In fact, the first run of the game for Preston in that 4-run 4th inning is now the batter.
Oh.
And she's hit by a pitch again, and she throws her bat into fair territory.
I know she's frustrated, but she also hit a player, so it is what it is. I mean,
it's part of the game, and wasn't intentional. Coach Quinn Pope is going to take time out and talk to his team. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the 5th. 4-1 ball game. Preston Indians leading the Bear Lake Bears. Winner to the state championship game, state championship tournament, and the championship game on Saturday. The loser has work to do. The winner of this game is not district champion, but because 2 teams are guaranteed to go to state and the winner of this game will play in the district championship game, that means the winner will go to state. So this is a big game. The meeting in the circle. And we're ready to go. Biggs. Called strike. Nice pitch. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Biggs had a big inning last inning defensively. She grounded out. and singled. The big hit back to start the rally in the 4th inning. She eventually came in to score one of those 4 runs. Just missed low for, say outside. From here we can't really tell inside, outside. We can just tell low, high, and I thought it was low, so low and away.
When it hits him, it's inside.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. And that's a
golfed
ground
for
ball.
that.
And there's going to be an interference call. But there should be, there's interference, the runner.
Yeah, he called her out.
Out at second because of the interference. The runner going to second ran into Price, so that's why she was safe. The runner at second is out. Both umpires called the interference.
They also tried to argue a retaliation on the hit. The hit by pitch a minute ago.
And so the Preston coach is out here trying to argue her case, but both umpires called it instantly.
Yep.
And Keller is out. So 2 outs, and Biggs is at first after the ground ball. And it's the right call because Bentley would have made that play easy. And it was still a close play even as it was.
Mm-hmm.
But she couldn't get to the ball. She actually had to stop and wait for the runner to go past. And that is interference. So Dunn, the batter, she's 0 for 2, but she reached on an error and 2 runs scored on her last hit. And that's ball 1.
Now, if the opposite had happened and Keller would have run into Price trying to get to first, would it have been called an interference on Price?
No, the fielder has the right to the ball.
Okay.
Two balls, no strikes. Biggs into second with the stolen base. So now runner is in a scoring position. And 2 balls, no strikes. Done. Hers was the fly ball. No, hers was the ground ball that would have been an out at first, and it was dropped. And here is the 2-0 pitch. And it's going to be a fly ball. Maddie Michael is going to let it fall. She's going to come into, the play is going to come into home. And it's a single, but then she reaches second on the play. And a great play at home plate to keep, a nice throw by Michael, I should say.
Yeah.
To keep that runner at third. So nice throw. And the runner's at second and third with 2 out. So now that interference call is big because a run would have scored. Paisley Campbell, who's popped out and reached on the error. This was the big error, and that's going to be a pop fly.
One of them.
Fisher drops it. Three feet in front of home plate, and Fisher does not make the catch. And the run, because there was 2 outs, a run scores.
5-1, the score.
Called strike on the first pitch. So if the Bears fall short in their comeback attempt, if the game ends 5-1, it is what it is. But if they score a bunch of runs and come back and only lose by 1, they're going to look back. Because that would have ended the inning without allowing any runs. Instead of run scores, now a runner is at third. And it's 0-2 after that foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 5th, Indians lead at 5-1 over the Bear Lake Bears. Uncharacteristic errors, and that's a foul ball on what would have been a ball in the dirt. So here is the 0-2 pitch to Mesa Jones. She had the big hit, and that's going to score a run. The pitch in the dirt, and a run scores. Inside and in the dirt, run scores, and Campbell advances to second, 6-1. We should be out of the inning at 4-1. Instead, it's 6-1 with runner out second and a 1-2 count. Errors have been the name of the game for the Bear Lake Bears. And there's a ground ball to shortstop, and that's the final out of the inning. But outs, a couple of errors, 2-run score, and it's 6-1, headed to the sixth right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier is your full-service pharmacy, including prescription refills and medications. Bear Lake Drug also offers services such as rapid strep test, rapid influenza test, and medication synchronization. Ask your pharmacist for more details at Bear Lake Drug on Washington Street in Montpelier. Visit BearLakeDrugID.com. That's BearLakeDrugID.com. It's your local drugstore and a whole lot more. Bear Lake Drug.
Go here, go there, go anywhere with Phillips 66.
Live to the full with You Say Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure.
Bear Lake Bears have some work to do as we head to the top of the sixth inning. They gave up 2 more unearned on an easy pop fly 3 feet in front of home plate that they let fall, and a run scored on it because it hit a glove before it rolled foul. So it was a fair ball. Would have been out number 3. A run scored on that play, and about 2 pitches later, there was a pitch in the dirt to the backstop, and the runner scored from third. So 2 runs scored after what should have been out number 3. Abby Humphreys, who has the lone RBI for the Bear Lake Bears, steps into the box to lead off the 6th inning. And she pops that one up, out number 1, and the Bears are getting down. They're down to their last 5 outs. Lindsay Fisher, whose last at bat hit the top of the fence, could have been a home run. Instead, it just was a long single, and she ended up being stranded at third at the end of the inning. Is the batter with 1 out. Called strike at the knees. So the last inning only took 4 pitches from Keller. The first 2 batters into the inning were flyouts. Third batter was hit by a pitch, and then a couple pitches later, they were out of the inning on the pop fly out. And we're going to have strike 2 with the foul ball out of play. So 3 pitches in this inning, 1 out, and an 0-2 count for Keller, who's throwing with confidence now with a 5-run lead. She can basically say, hey, it's coming right down the middle. Go ahead and hit it. You guys have to get 5 runs. And swing and a miss. Folder, it was up in the zone about 1.5 feet high, and Fisher offered at it for the You Say Phillips 66 strikeout. You Say Phillips 66, where your convenience is our pleasure. Live to the full. And Brielle Armel, who's 0 for 2, is the batter. Armel has a pretty good bat. She has a chance to do something here, but she has just popped out and flown out to shallow left field in her 2 at-bats. Called strike, inside corner.
Bears need to get on the attack here. Like you said, they were swinging at all of those in Bear Lake.
And it was doing them good. And out number 2 with the high pop fly.
Oh, no.
Actually, out number 3. And the Bears go 1 through 3 with 2 pop flies and a strikeout. As Keller makes the catch in fly territory, the Bears make Keller look really good that inning. And the Preston Indians will come to bat in the bottom of the 6th, looking to put this game away. They lead at 6-1. We'll be back right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
This Discover your future with Simplot, where a multitude of career opportunities await. Whether you're interested in mining, agriculture, engineering, technology, manufacturing, management, or a number of additional options, Simplot offers not just a job, but a truly satisfying and rewarding career. Explore our diverse range of positions and find where you belong. Visit Simplot.com to view available positions locally and across the United States. That's Simplot.com, a world of career opportunities.
Here at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, we have the honor of having a great radiology team. They've been recognized at the state level of being the best in their field. In our radiology department, we are able to provide MRIs, CT scans, X-rays, mammograms, ultrasound, echocardiograms, nuclear medicine, and DEXA scans.
Haslam is the batter in the bottom of the 6th inning. She's grounded out twice. Once right back to the pitcher, once to the shortstop. And she will lead off the bottom of the 6th. The Preston Indians have been the beneficiaries of several errors. To my knowledge, there should be one fair ball. Throw to first is in time for the out.
Sister to sister there.
Humphreys to Humphreys, and the ground ball out for out number 1.
It was high. It was a little high, but Kinley was able to reach up there and grab it.
And with the bad finger, Humphreys makes the throw, and this brings up Owens to the plate. She is 0 for 1 in the game, and she grounded out and hit a sacrifice bunt. And it was the play that was one of those errors where one of those runs that reached on an error. We should have had an easy out, and she scored a run on that sacrifice bunt. Swing and a miss.
Good
so
pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Whoops. Sorry, the out button and the strike button are next to each other.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th inning. 6-1. The Preston Indians lead the Bear Lake Bears on the Bear Lake Memorial Healthcare scoreboard.
Yeah,
strike, nice
she
pitch.
thought about it. She knew it.
So now Samantha Owens trails 1 ball, 2 strikes to Fisher. Fisher has induced a lot of ground balls and a lot of pop flies, but she hasn't got too many strikeouts in this game. She'd love to get one here with 1 ball, 2 strikes, and an out. Just missed high. 4 ball, 2. 2-2 is your count. If the Bears can't come back in this game, Lisa, put your thinking hat on, see who would be our steal man of the game. Just missed 3-2, so now full count. Now you got to come with something close if you're Fisher.
She really ducks those.
Couldn't get her to offer at the 2 pitches that she had to work with when she was up 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now she's got to come with something close with 3-2. And she gets her to hit a fly ball. Romrell underneath it easily for out number 1.
2.
Out number 2. And now Avery Matson, the shortstop. She is 1 out of 3, but she was the beneficiary. No, she singled, she bunted, and she popped out in her 3 at-bats. And here she is in there with 2 outs. Called strike, nice pitch. 0-1 is the count. Jones would be due up if Matson reached his base. 0-1 is your count. And that's high for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th inning. Yep. Called strike, nice pitch. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. So now Fisher looking to get out of the inning without giving up any more runs. So the Bears will have some work to do still. But here is the 1 ball, 2 strike count with 2 outs. Ooh, just missed outside for ball 2. Good pitch though. That's a good pitch with 1 ball and 2 strikes to hit to try to get that outside corner and or get it off or something bad. So here's the 2-2 pitch now. Still got a pitch to work with. And she gets her to fly 2. Ellie Romrell, who makes the catch for out number 3. So the Indians go in order in the 6th, but the Bears still trail it by 5. They're down to their final at-bat. We'll have that final at-bat right after this on the SVI Sports Network.
Bear Lake Dental in Montpelier is where kindness and dentistry meet. Our friendly, talented team have years of experience in providing compassionate service and high-quality dental care. Dr. Micah Himmerick, Dr. Monty Weston, and a full staff of dental experts are here to help you create a new smile. Visit Bear Lake Dental at 215 South 4th Street in Montpelier, online at bearlakedental.com, or give us a call at 208-847-0153. Bear Lake Dental, creating happy, beautiful smiles.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, safety is our top priority, not just for our employees, but for their families too. Our commitment extends beyond the workplace as we proudly support and contribute to the local community in meaningful ways. We're more than just a mine. We're a pillar of strength for those who live here. Discover how we make a difference at Simplot.com. Join us in fostering a safer, stronger community. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine.
It's up to the youngsters if the Bears are going to come back and earn themselves a trip to the championship game. Leadoff batter is sophomore Maddie Michael. The on-deck circle is freshman defensive replacement in this game, McKinley Humphreys. And then Bentley Price would be due up 3rd. Then we're back to the top of the order if the Bears get anybody on. Called strike.
Maddie nodded. She says, yep, I agree with that call. Almost every single first pitch by Keller today has been a strike.
Yep, and the Bears will let a lot of them go. We talked about that earlier. So Michael down 0-1. She's 0 for 2 in the game. She has a strikeout and a ground out. Swing and a miss there. Keller threw that one past her, 0-2. So the Bears down to their final 2 outs. If the Bears cannot come back, final 3 outs I should say. If the Bears cannot come back, they'll play tomorrow at home versus Marsh Valley at 4 o'clock. That ball is low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Marsh Valley had to come from behind twice to send their game to extra innings against Snake River in this tournament, and both times they won it in 9 innings. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, and it's a ground ball. It's going to be to short. Michael's going to probably, yes, she is, safe at first, infield single.
Great hustle.
That was just a slow roller, and Madsen, by the time she got there with the speedster Michael headed down the baseline, there was no way she was going to get to that one. McKinley Humphreys will be the batter. She subbed in at first base. She has not hit in the game. She had a great game in Snake River when she was was it in Snake River? No, where was she the catcher? The game we did during spring break, and she had a fantastic game. Can't remember who it was against. Very capable, and that one's high for ball 1. Campbell fakes the throw down to first. Doesn't throw it, but Michael dives back anyway. Here's the 1-0 pitch, as that one was high to Humphreys for ball 1. That one's inside and gets past the catcher for ball 2. And Michael, on the wild pitch, trots on down to second base. And Humphreys maybe should let it hit her. There'd be runners at first and second with nobody out.
Mm-hmm.
But still, there's a runner at second, 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. High, 3-0. Price will be followed by Crockett and Pope. And it's 3-0 to Humphreys with nobody out and a runner now at second. Here's the pitch, and she missed on 4 straight. She walked her. And now there will be a meeting in the circle. And Bentley Price will be the batter. Let's talk about what she's done today. She struck out swinging and flied out to center field. So she hit the ball well her last at bat. It just was right at. Actually, that was the first one, and it was a good play by Keller out there. She had to, not Keller, Biggs out there. She had to run for it. Made the catch for the first out of the 5th inning, I think it was, a couple innings ago. So the meeting in the circle is almost over. Keller, the pitcher, Gave up an infield single so far in this inning and then walked Humphreys. And now Price comes to the plate. Bears would like to do anything they can to avoid the double play. The double play is the worst scenario here. Let's see if there's a bunt situation. It looks like Price is going to score a bunt. She's going to lay down, but it's foul. That was a sacrifice bunt situation. She fouls it off. 4 strike one. See if she's doing it again. And batter and runners both get their signs from Coach Pope. And she's not bunting, and she gets the called strike. So one out. Apparently we didn't have sound there for a second. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Crockett, the batter. She is 2 out of 3 on the day, and she's going to hit a foul ball just a little bit too far behind it. 4 strike one. First pitch swinging, aggressive, and she fouls it off. Now that's what I like to see. The Bears were hitting her first pitch in Bear Lake in the run that in the game there that they were eventually able to knock Keller out of the game and get to their second pitcher. Today they've been too patient. And there's a foul ball on pitch number 2.
The other way.
The other way. She was out in front of that one. But it's 0-2 again.
Now she just needs to drill it down the middle over the fence. That would be awesome.
Bears need a lot of runs. They're down by 5, so a shot here, a 3-run home run, would still not get them completely back in the game, but it would change the momentum. Michael at second. She got there on an infield single. Humphreys, who got a 4-pitch walk, is at first. Price struck out, and Crockett is the batter now with 1 out. Low. Ball 1. That's not low to most batters.
No, but it is to her. She's she's over 6 foot. She's tall.
Just under her knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and that one's high. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Here's a battle. This is the kind of what you want in a game. Best versus best. Great pitcher in Keller, great hitter in Crockett. 2-2 pitch in the 7th inning. And it's going to be a
That's a beautiful
rip down
hit.
the line. 1 run will score, and it's going to be a ground rule double because it's way out of play.
Back there by that tractor, I'm telling you, it's going to rip someone's leg off. I know it's out further than it looks, but still.
Ground rule double. And
scary.
It hit about.
It's the mother in me.
It hit the ground and then rolled deep into foul territory. And so runners at second, third with 1 out. Run does score. And it brings up Brooklyn Pope, the senior who's 0 for 1 in the game. She has got a sacrifice bunt and a hit by pitch in her 3 at-bats. And then the other one was a strikeout. So let's see if she's bunting to try to get 1 run back, or she's swinging the bat trying to get 2 right here. With 1 out in this situation, you probably want her swinging, but she is going to show bunt. She lays it down, and they're going to get the out at home. And Coach Pope is telling Humphreys, I didn't want you to run there. That was not a sacrifice. We were trying to get the bases loaded. And that was one where Pope did her job. She was going to be safe at first and bases loaded for Romrell, and Humphreys didn't get the call from Coach, ran into the out, and the Bears are down to the last out. Romrell fouls that one back out of play. Romrell 0 for 3 on the day. She has popped out, struck out, and flown out in her 3 at bats. The Bears down to the last out, down by a score of 6-2. So a 2-out rally is going to have to be a big one here. Runners at first and third, but 2 outs. Just underneath that one, foul ball, strike 2, 0-2. So the Bears down to their last strike. And we'll most likely be having a game tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Marsh Valley Eagles at the Bear Lake Bears. Win and you go to state, lose that game, your season's over. Here's the pitch. And it's a ground ball. It's off the leg of the pitcher, Keller. A run will score. Everybody's safe. So it's 6-3. And Keller couldn't field it. It went off her leg. And by the time Matson was able to get over to it, it was no chance to make the play. So run scores. Now the tying run reaches the plate in the form of Abby Humphreys. The junior third baseman, cleanup hitter, has an RBI in the game, into the box with runners at first and second. She takes low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out. Runners at first and second. Pope at second. Romrell at first. No, Romrell's not at first. Taylinda Clark is in there as a courtesy runner for the catcher. So a lot of speed on the bases. 2 of your fastest base runners are at first and second. Called strike, nice pitch. That's a pitcher's pitch because it's at the top of the zone, and with no strikes, there's no way Humphreys is going to swing at that, because even if she does hit it, it's probably just a fly ball out. So that's a great pitcher's pitch if you can get one a called strike at the top of the zone like that. She got the call. And the Bears down to their last 2 strikes. And that one's high for ball 2. Campbell doing a great job back there behind the plate. And she had to stand up to catch that one and kept the runners from being at second and third. Second and third is different than first and second in this situation with 2 outs. Because the base hit probably only scores 1. And that's a foul ball. Bears down to their last strike of the game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. They were down to their last strike a minute ago and got a RBI on the error. See what Abby can do here. If she can put one in play and reach safely, it would bring Fisher to the plate. Fisher missed a home run by about 3 inches earlier in this game. Swing and a miss, strike him out. End of the game. Preston Indians are headed to state. The Bears are headed to a game tomorrow in an elimination game. It's a win or go home situation tomorrow, 4 o'clock for the Bear Lake Bears versus the Marsh Valley Eagles. The Bears are 2-0 against Marsh Valley this year. They beat them soundly in Marsh Valley, but a much closer game in Bear Lake a couple weeks ago now. 10-8 was the final score there. So the Bears with a good game today, but can't come back from the deficit, and they lose it by a final score of 6-3. And they'll now face Marsh Valley for a chance to earn themselves a state berth tomorrow as they host the Marsh Valley Eagles at 4 o'clock tomorrow. And the Bears can't quite come from behind, and the Marsh Valley Eagles will come to Bear Lake tomorrow. Your Steel man of the game, Southeast Idaho Steel man of the game, will be, for me, Peyton Crockett. She was 3 out of 4. She had a couple RBIs. She was by far the best player of the game for the Bear Lake Bears today on a game where they didn't have much go positive for them. They lose at 6-3, and that's what's frustrating about those errors. They lost at 6-3 in a game that without the errors, they possibly win 3-1 or 3-2 because they played they didn't score a lot, but they scored enough that they probably should have got the win. The Bears win it, lose it. They'll play Marsh Valley tomorrow. We'll have that game for you at 4 o'clock on the SVI Sports Network. So we're going to get out of here quickly today. And for everybody else on the SVI Network, this is
Lisa Hillier
and Jared Hillier saying good night, everybody.